Satnam. All right, couple more versions of staff pose. This is the third video, so if you haven't seen the other two, by all means, go back, especially the first one, because I explain it a little bit more, what staff pose is, why it's so good for us, and really how to get into it properly. Staff pose is, if I haven't stated this strongly enough yet, staff pose is the singular best seated position you can learn to build upon to get to the other levels of sitting. Staff pose, because of what it's doing, the mechanisms of what it's doing for your body. When you sit, legs out in front of you, bringing your feet in towards you, keeping all the bony parts connected, the ankles, the big toes, they're connected, the knees, they kind of roll in toward each other. You sit tall, you bring your chest out, your neck gets long, your hands come behind you. Here's a variation though. So that's in the first video, so watch the first video. I want to show you some variations that you can do for it. And I showed you a couple of them. I'm going to show you just a couple more. So I'm going to sit this way. So put yourself in the staff position where you're sitting nice and tall, but you're not having your hands by your sides, by your hips. We're going to do some motion with our hands. So if you come forward a little here, I'm going to hit that. If you bring your arms out like this, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be bringing them in, don't touch, but we're going to be bringing them in so that they're parallel to each other, and then bringing them out to a natural. You don't have to keep them parallel, it's more of a natural. So they're kind of becoming like angled down. See this arm, how it's coming angled down? And this one is coming like just straight out. If that feels natural to you, where you keep your arms parallel, then you can do that. If it's more natural for you to kind of just let them drop down a little bit, then you can do that. But what's important as you're doing this is you need to sit tall. All of this has to be coming this way, feet towards you, touching, knees rolled in toward each other, pushing down so that you're up tall. Because what this motion is going to start to do is it's going to start to create minor little shifts. Because now you're saying to your body, hey, all right, let's sit up nice and tall, but let's add some motion into it. Because it's one thing when you just sit, right? And you're not moving. But our bodies are meant for dynamic movement. You know, we lift things, we move things, we have kids, we have, things that we want to do in the yard, that we have to move our bodies. So being able to coordinate your body so that you're solid with movement gives your body the ability to be able to do those dynamic movements without hurting yourself. I've literally known people who have blown discs in their back with a sponge in their hand washing their car. True story. It's got nothing to do with the weight of the sponge and everything to do with the movement of the body in gravity. And this is what we're trying to change. How your body sits in gravity, how it moves in gravity so that it can function as optimally as possible for you. So sit tall. Here's what we're going to do. You breathe in as your arms are by your side, out extended like this, and then you breathe out. So in, out, in, out. And this pace, about 1 second, through your nose. So breathe out, in, out, in, out, in. Okay, and then you just follow that. But you must sit tall. You must bring that body into positions that you can do this. And again, you do this for 2 to 3 minutes, something like that. Next one I want to show you is I want to show you where your arms are out in front of you. But what is very important is you want the fleshy part of your elbow facing upwards. So if you were to take your hands so that your palms are faced up like this, you want this facing up. But what we want our hands to do, this isn't moving. Watch what's going to move. The only thing that's going to move is this. This still faces up. You don't want all of this internal rotation of the upper arm. You want this still externally rotated, but you want this part of the arm down. So that means the fleshy part comes up. Okay? Hope that makes sense to you. And we're going to do a very similar breath pattern with this. So this is just another variation that you can do. So here's the breath pattern. You're just going to bounce, just like this. Not far, about 6-8 inches, something like that. So in, out, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. as this is all nice and tight. This is keeping you up in this motion. So chest is out, chin's drawn back in, and we're doing this breath pattern. Last one I want to show you is another variation that you can do with this staff pose is, again, you're sitting tall. The arms, we're going to bring them up. And again, elbows don't have to 100% be locked. It's not going to work with everybody because it's a lot to do with your lat muscle. It's got a lot to do with how your scapula is moving. It's got to do with your collarbones. There's a lot of reasons that people can't just lock their elbow. So it doesn't matter if you can't lock your elbow. What matters is that you're always reaching up. So this one, we're going to alternate going up and down with our arms. And what this is going to do is kind of give us this little side to side motion of our hips, also strengthening these little tiny postural muscles that go up and down our spine. So what you're doing every time that we're reaching up like this, what you're doing is you're having some sides of the muscles relax, some strengthen. And again, this is a coordinated pattern. While this is locked in, while our chest is out, while our chin is in, we're doing this. So we're just going to reach and reach. The exhale is when we reach up. The inhale, it's quick, down. So as we switch, so exhale, exhale, exhale. Every time you reach up, you exhale. So this arm's up, exhale. This arm's up, exhale. And we're looking to bring this one up and this one kind of just down a little bit. And you can just see what starts to happen is you get just this slight motion. And you can feel it come from the armpit. If this motion has its come up and down like this, up and down through here, this is good. And again, you don't have to be completely perpendicular to the floor. You don't have to have the elbow straight. You can be like this. You're still getting the same motion because what we're looking to do is keep our spine forward, and then this slight little back and forth is starting to engage the lower corset muscles, the muscles along the spine. So the 3 different positions that you can do. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you want to keep them parallel and do that, that's fine. But again, chest out, chin in. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If it's more natural to have them kind of come back down a little bit, great. Somewhere in between, great. What feels natural to you is what you should do. Second one, fleshy part of the elbow points up, rotate this down. About 6-8 inches. Inhale and an exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay? And then the last one again, we're doing this kind of just back and forth while we're trying to stay like a staff up tall. The only thing that's moving is we get this motion going back and forth, exhaling each time our arms are going upwards. Do each of these for, if you want to do all 3, do them for a minute each. If you want to pick one because you like one better, do it for 3. Okay? That's it. It's another variations that you can do with staff pose. Watch the first video, watch the second video, and of course you have this one as well. So use it because it creates fantastic posture for you. Fantastic posture. So that you can wash your car and not throw your back out. Pick up your kids and not throw your back out. And just basically just enjoy the capacity of your body in totality. Okay? So use it. As always, I wish you well. Sat Nam.